black person as a police officer on the silver screen or on a TV show. And there's not been one from Denzel Washington to Richard Pryor that hadn't played a police officer. Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop. Will Smith and doggone Martin Lawrence to jumpstart their careers, they had to play that Bad Boys. Named after a fucking show that literally exploited people for the first time. The viewers could get in and enjoy and see another motherfucker go to jail. Now to me, if you ever seen a motherfucker really get arrested, that ain't nothing to be enjoyed. You ever seen a person come and they're arresting somebody? That's a sad time in the black community, because that might be your fucking pappy. You know what I'm saying? You know? That ain't nothing. What's so joyous about somebody getting arrested? You know what I'm saying? You know? That's a sad time in the black community, because you know that could be your ass next. Or that could be your goddamn son. You get that call. Motherfucker else just got caught up in some bull. They ain't nothing but say they produced a whole series of shows for the last doggone 15 years off that bull. And America watched it. But that's a psychological thing to keep you to think that the doggone somebody arresting you, that's a noble profession. If it's so noble, why the hell they don't pay them a whole bunch of money? You see what I'm saying? So some brother stepped up to me and was like, yo, I'm a police officer and I'm cool. And I said, quit, nigga. But he was shocked because no other black person in his life would ever tell him to quit. Because we're trained that that's irrational for me to tell him to quit. You see? You know, for somebody who's police, what is noble about you riding around in a goddamn blue suit arresting people? What's noble? Okay, let's just say, okay, cool, it's just a job. Then you can might as well just say, look, it's a job just like me putting some fucked up shit in some chemicals to sell to somebody else. You know, we do all kind of things on our jobs and stuff that can hurt black people ultimately. And if you look at it that way, then fine, it's just a regular service job. We are all slaves. You know what I'm saying? And you say, well, it's just a job like everything else and all. You know what I'm saying? You know, we do all kind of things that eventually hurt black people. And like they said in the movie Cube, 5 or 6 different people working on one thing. You don't know what the thing is going to do. You say, I just worked on the door. I just worked on the doggone leg. I didn't know it was going to crush motherfuckers' faces in. You know, like that. I just worked on a piece of it. So if you look at it like that, you know, as a whole, then it's no big deal. But to say that you're making it noble, I can see if you're a white man, hell, the society does good by you. So you should be thankful to defend the society that does good by you. Yeah. And massacre people around the world for your sake and your honor. So it is noble to be a damn police officer. You white, it's the greatest civilization they ever had. Damn, I would want to keep the shit too. If I was in the caves eating shit. You know what I'm saying? And fucking my mama when I get 18. You know, they had inherited their mama as a fuck partner after they got 18. Yeah. When they got 18, the oldest son got the mama as a fuck partner. When they was 18. You know, we come up with all kind of words. That's some fuck partner. Ain't that some shit? Only the damn nigga can come up with some shit like that. I just said, they write that ass genius. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know, I'm explaining to you, you heard the mother as a sexual provider of intercourse or whatever. And I said, no, but you get the thing and had the mama for a fuck partner. Only in the damn ghetto when you hear some creative shit like that. That is creative. You know what I'm saying? Just creative now. And it makes things go easy stuff. Because my sister might say, you know, no, I'm just a fuck partner. We just get together and get some stuff, release some tension. But anyway. But I'm just saying, only in the ghetto where you can be as creative as that. No, we are creative people. But I got the point across. But they used to inherit the mother as a fuck partner. So they came from a long damn way. So they should love this society. This is the greatest society they ever had. So police, when they cleanse the society or go in some army and kill some Japanese to defend their honor at home and abroad, you know, for their national security, that's great for white people. But what about a fucking nigga? And you doing it and shit so you can get on, after you take off your gun and shit, you can go moonlight somewhere around a fucking Burger King, McDonald's and shit. Stand around some counter or some counter. You know what I'm saying? The white boy can do it because the society is beneficial for him. His children gonna benefit from the shit. But I want to know what the fuck is noble with a black motherfucker being a security officer. I'm talking about a police officer. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna further his race, other than somebody getting knocked in the head by the same damn nigga. You know what I'm saying? But we are psychologically conditioned because after 10 o'clock, all the shows, NYPD Blue. You see what I'm saying? They got several of these special unit forces and shit on NBC. Crime this. And the criminal is the most hideous thing in the damn society. You know what I'm saying? The doctors and all that can put some shit in the water and kill up everybody. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga steal a damn TV, you know what I'm saying? No, he the scum of the earth. They even had Denzel in the movie talking to my cops are the chosen people. I said, I'm glad Azazel killed your ass. Let you know, shit you hang around these white boys, all y'all motherfuckers die. I'll let the cat live. I'll let the damn cat live. You know? But they do this for a reason, to make this thing noble, and you get it in your psyche and stuff like that, so you don't mind a nigga coming up in the middle. He done arrested 4 or 5 niggas, the next thing you know, he had a party jamming with you. Kick that motherfucker up his ass. You know what I'm saying? You know? Hey, this party, he done arrested 4 or 5 niggas, and you don't find nothing wrong with that. So he breaking the goddamn law. You know, we do things without thinking. One brother was selling the damn the transit cards, so the cops came and locked him up. Another brother said, yeah, that's good, man. Take your money out of my pocket. I'm like, fuck you talking about taking some damn money out of your pocket, nigga. The hell that taking? But see, he done heard some shit. All this shit about some taxpayers. I said, well, you didn't get mad at goddamn Bush with some Star Wars shit. That don't even work. You know what I'm saying? They doing all kind of shit with your tax money. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? They doing all kind of shit. Shooting your child up in the damn head with all kind of vaccine of tax money. Oh no, this shit for free because you paid for it. Now your daughter ain't gonna have no damn brain. But yet you ain't saying about that. A nigga got a damn $1.50 transit card and he trying to sell it and shit like that on the people premises, and you talking about some tax money. But you don't say shit about the man do shit with you every damn day. You know what I'm saying? But we train that way based on this psychological bull. You see, so the whole concept here, you got the whole police officer, it's a form of mind control. You see, it's a mind control. And I say that to say this particular part here. To go into the origins of the police department in the continental United States of the 20th century was set up by the Ku Klux Klan. Now, England was based on the Bobby system. They didn't even carry guns. You see what I'm saying? And majority of America was small town. They didn't have major cities. They had a few major cities. But in the 1800s, the majority of America, you had your sheriff and your deputy. And if some shit got wrong, you got up a posse. Okay? That's the way it was. You had your sheriff and your deputy. Or you might have 3 or 4 deputies or whatever, and a sheriff. And the shit get wrong, you get up a damn posse. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it was throughout the West. That's the way it was in the South. And that's the way it was just about all over America, believe it or not. You see, until after slavery, and they set up the Ku Klux Klan, and they needed a group of people to be the foot soldiers. And the elite Masonic people, because you know the high Ku Klux Klan is a Masonic rite that comes out of Europe, gets its way by the Moors, and has a lot of the stuff that all the other Masonic stuff is all Kemetic, because the outfit is actually an Egyptian outfit. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the one where they take some cigars and burn a hole in a little sheet and shit. I ain't talking about that shit. And they straight the sheet on you and you looking like goddamn Casper the Friendly Ghost. I ain't talking about that shit. I'm talking about the nice Grand Master shit in silk and the red sash. You know, and the cross and the circle around that stuff. All that's metaphysical. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about some fool that's riding the night riders or some old fool they got. They incorporated them down hicks to be the foot soldiers so they can have the manpower to beat down niggas. But the upper echelon was a high level. But after they did that, now they had learned how to control a civilized, not just a crowd of people, to how to control a resident of people, that of citizens that lived in America, that what they deemed undesirable or they deemed the enemy. They didn't know what to do until the Ku Klux Klan in the South set up a foot soldier and an army from the Southern jurisdiction of Scottish Rite Freemasonry and ADL Jewish Anti-Defamation League, and they set up this doggone Klan operation that later on led to the Southern Fraternal Police Order. It's a fraternity. You see? And from that, the rest of the country used it as a blueprint. But it started with the Ku Klux Klan when they're talking about mass policing. Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. They said, build some damn jails. So it started from the Klan, was the basis of mass policing in this country. And they used that model. They had to use it on the people, and they used it on, they didn't kill off the Indians. But the Indians was dealt with by way of war and the cavalry. But they needed to police citizens this particular time, or in this particular place, occupants who worked for them. A new form of slavery that they called citizens. You see, they didn't want to kill them off, they needed to police them. Because who else gonna goddamn turn back them sheets? You know what I'm saying? And cook all that cornbread and shit. The key here is, they had to police, they learned how to police the black people in mass through the Ku Klux Klan. And it even went to the point where after the war, they had a large, World War II, after World War II, they had a large influx of black people in the West, in California, and out West by the 1950s. And they didn't know what to do. They didn't have that many blacks, and it was alien to them. They didn't know how to even police them or socially maintain them. And they had to take the Klan members from the South to fly out to California just to tell them how to go about policing Negroes and maintaining the black element in the society. And this set up the basis of what the shit is going on here in Detroit, New York, and everything else. That's why is it, the South was always so racist, but why is it the police department in all these cities is just as racist as any Klan member ever was in the South to this day? Because it's all under the same fraternal order. So any motherfucker, black motherfucker in the police office, in the police shit, is working for the Klan. Don't even know the shit. That's why I'm saying this shit. He don't even know he's working for the goddamn Klan. And sit up and get mad at the white sheet, and he don't know that the blue shield is the fucking fraternal order of the Ku Klux Klan. That's why even Mario Van Peebles did a movie in 1996 called Illegal in Blue. A Showtime original, and they was tracing these murders, and when they traced the murders back, of these black people getting killed, there was a fraternal order up under the police officers that was a part of the Ku Klux Klan. You see, the movie Red Ink, there's a movie that came out on the Atlanta child murders last year called Red Ink. Low budget movie. But they do that for a reason. They put it low budget so you won't watch it, because you like shit to blow up now. Well, I like my shit to blow up. Special effects. So you into that shit now. You know, damn the content, just blow up some shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you put a little karate up in there and all, you got a nigga. I thought we did that shit with Bruce Lee. I was tired of that shit with Bruce Lee and all that shit. I said, hello, martial arts. Like goddamn what's now? I don't know karate, I know fucking Karaza. Now I know goddamn who's that? So I don't want to hear about no martial arts. Nigga got a gun in Detroit. They showed you that bullshit was fucked. In damn Raiders of the Lost Ark, nigga doing all that shit with the sword. He turned around and said, "Bam!" that movie Ford Fairlane with Andrew Dice Clay. It was a stupid movie, but it had one good part in at the end. The guy, he said, Andrew Dice Clay said, "We don't need no guns. Let's go to it mano a mano." And throw down the gun. The guy threw down the gun. He said, "You dumb ass. Nobody throws down no gun and shot that nigga." You know? What I'm trying to say here is, all this old shit here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got all kind of weapons and stuff. So anyway, going back to this thing, they showed in the movie Red Ink. It came out, the Atlanta Child Murders. It was a low budget flick that did that for a reason. But in the movie, they showed the police officers, they showed a fraternal Ku Klux Klan organization again behind the police. In the movie, Red Ink, it came out last year on the Atlanta Child Murders. And they said, and in the movie they said, the woman said, "I saw my daughter, and she was 70 years old when they saw my daughter." This was in the movie. It's in the movie. The movie came out 2000, but you can get any of my tapes from there, 1996, 97. I said I met a woman in my lectures in Atlanta. It's in the thing. Now the movie just came out last year, and I said it in my tapes. And I couldn't believe my eyes. They repeated the same thing the woman told me. A woman in Atlanta was at my lecture. She said, "You know, one of my daughters got killed in the Atlanta Child Murders." I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "They came and got me to take me to my daughter, and my daughter was still living." So I know Wayne Williams, all the mamas knew what time it was. She said, "My daughter was still living. When I saw my daughter looked like she was 70 years old. From the experiments and the interferon and all that shit." So, in the movie, they repeat, the woman said, the children look like they're 70 years old. And then in the movie, because they were doing experiments on it, in the movie, Red Ink. It's low budget, you might be able to get it up here.
They got it.
And anyway, you saw it. Anyway, in the movie, when they broke in, it was some Klan members. We know it was high up government. But it was some Klan members, and they was going after the Klan members, they had some other police officers going after the Klan, some black police officers going after the Klan members. One of the guys who was the head, he was their boss man, as we say down south. He was their boss man. And he turned around and they was getting ready to come shoot him, the police officers, and he turned around in his blue uniform and said, "Stand down, you trained monkeys," and they put their guns down. And the only way they killed him, the white boy who was with them, that they outran because the white boy was too slow, stepped through the crowd and shot the crowd. In the movie, he said, "Stand down, you trained niggas," and he said, "Stand down, you trained monkeys," and they stood, and the white boy had to come through and shoot him because he wasn't indoctrinated on that level. You see. But going back, your fraternal order of the police in all your major cities in America is an extension of the Ku Klux Klan. So if you do it, they're working for the Ku Klux Klan. What's that?
I just wanted to say I had that tape. It's excellent, and I think Atifa here is it.
What's Red Ink?
No,
no.
History of the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, the history of the Ku Klux Klan. Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, it's a must-have. You know, it's a masterpiece. I have to say so myself, even though I did it. And you know my spirit, guess what? When I did that tape, the guy in New York, Clemson Brown, he films everybody. He's like one of the most, he's been in the video thing like it's from the 70s. He said, you're gonna come on down, we got to do this video. I just said, I want to do something on the history of Ku Klux Klan. I just went down and did the shit. With no research. I just did it. But I had enough research coming from all the things and documented and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? But it was a smoker. The history of the Ku Klux Klan. You know. And then I got one called The History of Melanin, and I got one called Immigrant Humans. That's the second part of the human artificial is called Immigrant Humans. That's the new stuff. That's the new stuff. called Immigrant Humans. That's the one that I had to do some new evidence on this white boy being created and all. I think we got one copy left, so first come, first serve. Anyway, but you got the catalog, so you can always get stuff.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Get the movie Welcome to the Dollhouse. Did you ever see that? Welcome to the Doll. It's about a little white girl. But see, we don't deal with the psychology. They're trying to show you how fucked up society is even with them. But it's also a movie that's dealing with the fact that you might, that is real prevalent in the black community. There's a lot of women, especially it takes place with a lot of women, that they have, you might have, your parents might have 3 or 4 daughters, or 2 or 3 daughters, but one daughter they don't like at all. This is some prevalent shit I'm seeing all over the goddamn country. I don't necessarily mean that it affects your family, but it affects a lot of families. There's a lot of sisters that's a victim of the mama love one sister, but hate the other one to death.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, just I don't really find. I'm talking about don't like them at all. You see what I'm saying? So this movie deals with that a little bit, about the little white girl, and boy, this little white girl get all the hell in the world is heaped on her. I mean, it's some funny shit that's going on. But I mean, because she in junior high school. But I say this because these are the movies they're producing now. The movie won the Sundance Film Festival in 1996. Welcome to the Dollhouse. Just to see the bullshit that's going on, but they showing you what's prevalent in America, that what we go through. There's a lot of stuff that's based on this American design. Everybody's caught up in it. We just don't produce those kind of movies, so we have to you have to see it in the white movies. It's like the movie American Beauty. People say, I don't know why the hell they won that one over Hurricane. Well, first of all, they just shitted Denzel on that and all, But we know that. But the movie, but one of the things that made the movie critically acclaimed was the guy who wrote it from Georgia. The white people were saying, this is some bullshit, this don't go on in America. And he was like, look, I'm an educated white man, and I'm telling you, this is the world that I grew up in. You see, showing you that there ain't a functional household in America. You see, so get that particular movie. Welcome to the Dollhouse. Just to show you some crazy. It's funny as hell, but it's a trip. Now, this is a new thing that the white boy deals with. We're talking about archetype of collective unconsciousness. So, the white boy now has found a way that he cannot appear racist to the rest of the country. Right now, if 95% of black people come up and hear us talking shit about white people, they would think something's wrong with us. They'd be like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers here is paranoid. White people ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They would think so. If they would sit in here and they hear me talking about the white man ain't about shit, there's something in them say, I just don't feel right about this shit. They don't know that they've been programmed and conditioned into that. Well, this white boy has developed a system now that he can be just as racist as he want to be, as long as he don't call you a nigger. Racism does not even compute or doesn't even factor into the equation. You think there ain't no racism, and see what it is, because what they can do is they can. The nigger was such an archetype at one time when it came to white people saying it. And we know black people say it all the doggone time. And we might know the origins of why ever the first black person called another one a nigger. But we understand the origins of that whole thing. But right now, that's just slang. You know what I'm saying? But, and as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be calling no black people. I fuck niggas. Now you are the degree of that nigga, not you in here. But now they are the degree of what that thing was, what it is now. Them ain't nothing nigga. So now the damn word does fit. Fuck the dumb shit. The word does fit now. You know what I'm saying? When you up it to nothing, they ain't straight up nothing but niggas out there. You know what I'm saying? So if the word wasn't true now, that cracker sure enough condition us down to the point where it's true now. You know what I'm saying? Now, baby boy, and a motherfucking second pacifier, he need to be called something worse than a nigga. Strong man sucking a damn pacifier in the movie. And a nigga riding a little goddamn little teeny boy bicycle. A little Tonka toy bicycle. A big, supposed to be an archetype, he's supposed to be a singer singing to black women. Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? He on a little Tonka toy bicycle and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, but anyway, they can eliminate racism by a word. They just don't use the word anymore. So because you don't hear white people use the word nigger anymore, to the point they even made it a campaign, the N-word. Damn, man, you know. Okay, I understand that you don't mean to call me a nigger, but say the word any damn way. You're trying to use it in a, you know, I mean, it does exist. But the N-word, you see, that's an archetype. It's a system. You know what I'm saying? Then they even had white people on PBS, on McNeil and Lara, was mad at black people for saying the word nigger. Just upset. Sweat popping off the cracker. Ooh, I can't stand it. Listen to that shit. This nigga didn't know he putting on now. As much as he used that doggone word. You know, I can't stand it. You know, you're the cracker now, come on. You know you use it. But see, it's an archetype. If they can take the greater community and they don't use that word in the psyche, you see what I'm saying? And we only hear us use it in the psyche, we go, hey, there ain't no racism, only just by a word. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they jigging plunges up niggas' behinds and shooting niggas 49,000 times. You know what I'm saying? And all this thing. And they talking about they paranoid. You know what I'm saying? All because they can take a word and eliminate it from the English language, they eliminate the actual racism that went with it. Or so we think. That's synonymous with it. You see how that thing goes? Yeah. Very key. It's interesting how this thing is. Jung wrote a book on evil called Jung on Evil. And now what we really find out what evil is not wicked in the aspect of Jung and them they purchased a lot of ancient scripts, a lot of ancient texts. And in so many words, what some of these ancient texts was talking about was not some devil up under the ground and you go into hell. These was texts that was put together based on psychology. Based on psychology. So let me give you an example. You think that gambling gonna send you to hell. You see what I'm saying? Because they say, oh, you can't gamble because I'm going to hell. Yeah. But it was a psychological reason they put it up in there. They understood that you could get messed up psychologically and get hooked on gambling. Mm-hmm. So they would enter that into the text as a psychological factor. You see what I'm saying? Not the gamble. Not because you're going to hell, because they understood what it could do based on, you see what I'm saying, the addiction. So that's what I'm talking about here. So even the word evil, wasn't talking about no man up under the ground with some wings on and shit like that. It was talking about a person who can have a psychological disorder. What makes a person do things wrong anyway? The first thing they do is, even when a person is a mass murderer, they get to the doggone root of it. They say, well, he didn't like his mama. You know? That had one guy killed 30 people. They said, well, why did you do it? He said, my mama used to screw men in front of me. So they're saying that it was a form of mental illness that the archetype evil was invented and not no devil up under the ground. So these people will have an ecological system that they was dealing with in the ancient world where they would put the word evil and it would be like a disorder. And so then the religion comes around and changes it to evil is something messed up, you go into, it's wicked, and you're going to burn in hell and all that kind of stuff. Well, the real ancient people, it wasn't about that. They just said, this motherfucker got issues. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we talk about when we write this in the script. It's a balance of powers, polarities. You get how that thing goes? But all this stuff is turned around now. Because the first thing you do when a mother got issues, you be like, wait, you're just an evil motherfucker. Or even when they do something that is so bad, the first thing you go is, what is wrong with him? What's wrong with her? You're going to ask the question. It's not that you didn't say, no, she's just evil. That ain't not enough. You want to know what's behind that shit. I want to know what is wrong with your mind to do something like that that's so damn bizarre and hideous. So you already asked the question, you understand? Because you already psychologically know there's an answer, and the answer because it's a disorder. Well, some people are just evil. No, see, that's some ignorant shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, see, even if Chris Rock said, well, whatever happened to crazy? But you just answered a psychological problem. And because we live in a damn society where generally this race of white people is crazy and they set the standard for crazy. Now everybody crazy. But still yet it ain't got nothing to do with no wicked, moral evil. It's got something to do with psychology. And that's what Jung, in his book, Jung on Evil, was talking about. You see. It has nothing to do with some wicked demons on top of you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's got something to do with a psychological disorder. You know. And so what we're seeing now here is there ain't nothing up here. There's really nothing in this world bad. It's just a matter of how you look at shit. And a series of incidents that happen. Might be screwed up. Might be in the wrong place at the right time. Right place at the wrong time, or however you call it. But it's really, all this stuff down here can happen at random. You see? Because we're living in a fucked up society. Now, it just so happened it got worse because the man that is running this shit is a buffoon and is crazy and deranged. You see, no, he's not crazy and deranged. No, he is fashioning a society for his temperament. Brought your doggone psychological abilities down to his level, and you thinking this shit is all normal. Somebody asked a question one girl said it had to be slavery in Egypt. So why? Well, look at the workforce. How can they build a damn pyramid? I say, how they build a goddamn building downtown? Motherfuckers get up and they go to fucking work, don't they? Right? Well, they didn't have no monetary system and stuff like that, so who gonna work for nothing? I go, hold on. You in your house. Your mama say, you need to take your ass up in there and wash them goddamn dishes. They've been in there for 2 days. You wash the dishes because you don't want no stink-ass goddamn kitchen and no boils or whatever. That's a chore that you do to keep the house running. So the people got up and built a civilization because they understood that they had to live in a civilization. Point blank. You see, but we have been so far removed from how another people socially do things until we think it's got to be some, put some 30 pieces of silver in my hand. I just put a brick on that pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Because even our mind. So she said, it had to be slavery. Think of the labor force. So they can't think that some people can get up and go, look, if we don't build these temples and we don't build this shit, ain't gonna be nothing out here but a whole bunch of damn sand to look at and some barren stuff. We need to go work and build this stuff so we can see things on a higher level that'll make us feel good. And the society will benefit from it. It could be just for that. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't based on, I gotta get some monetary. You know what I'm saying? Well, how did they live? Motherfucker, they fed their asses. Well, why would somebody give somebody something they ain't paying because they know if they didn't get that motherfucker something, he was going to starve to death. It's simple. You see what I'm saying? That's right. But see, everything is turned around. We're taking the modern mind and trying to look into the past. Right. You see? Trying to look into the past. So all of this stuff that we call, we're looking at things in the modern mind that we call religion, and we think it's evil and moral and all that kind of thing. It was just psychological. You see what I'm saying? Because if you study, even the Jungian psychologists, they had enough sense when they study the psychological thing. They go back to mythology. They go back to even forms of religion. You see? Just to try to explain what goes on in human behavior, period. And this monster means there's something done fucked up in this nigga head. That's what that monster means. He's a little damn fickled. So we put the little fickle theory up here to show that this motherfucker here is off his damn rockers. His elevator don't go to the top. You see what I'm saying? See the psychological thing? So that's our archetype. Yeah, the movie The Cell, but let me tell you, the movie The Cell also, that's a good movie. Because the movie The Cell, see, You study. You ever see the movie Job? Job is a psychological thing. The book. We hear the Bible mythology of Job fall into a certain state. Job is an older story. It was a feminine thing. It used to be the fall of Inanna or the fall of Persephone. And so when the biblical patriarchs picked it up, they turned it into Job because they can't have no woman. You know, in the Bible, the woman can't do shit but be obedient to the man. You know, and even if she's worship, she ain't nothing but a goddamn house cleaner that wash some nigga foot. That's it. You know, and if she got any kind of mind of her own and say, you know, hey, I want to just, you know, just be with a man, you know, just for enjoyment, she's a hoe. See what I'm saying? One of the worst books you can read is that fucking Bible with that shit. It is literally the ultimate patriarchal, and all three of them, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. See what I'm saying? You know, in Judaism. And the worst shit you can read on the planet and stuff. Ain't got a woman ain't doing nothing up in there. Even blamed for the fall of man. Evil. You see what I'm saying? He blamed for the fall of damn man. You know what I'm saying? But a man can go and kill up a whole army of damn people. But he ain't bad as a hoe. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Man, he can go, he can cut baby heads off. He can kill lizards back. He can kill up nature. Oh, you crossed the line because you gave a motherfucker some booty. Now, ain't that some backward shit? You know what I'm saying? Samson slew a whole fucking Philistine. But that goddamn Delilah went too far. Her whole ass went too far. Samson slew a whole damn civilization of people. They say he slew the Philistine. That means that motherfucker must have killed a whole race of people. But that goddamn Delilah, her ass went too far. Giving out pussy out of both draw legs. She done went too far. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that some bad shit? He killed a whole race, genocide. Here come Mr. Damn Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler now, Samson. But what's your name? I gave us some booty out like it's going out of style. Know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy, man. This is a mad world. Mad world. So anyway, you know, this year is the 10-year anniversary of the death of Bob Marley. This past spring. You know, this past spring, which is interesting here because he did his thing for almost 5 or 6 years and didn't catch on at all in the United States when he was living until the last album, Uprising, started to catch on in 1980, and 1981 that nigga was dead. You see what I'm saying? His stuff caught on all on the continent and everywhere. And by 81 he was dead. So it's just interesting. It's that way. It's like a 10-year, you know, a 10-year anniversary. Now they got a movie out called Dungeons and Dragons. Man, you gotta see. This got to be the saddest shit you gonna see. They got Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans is in the movie acting like a stepping fetch it. I mean, all scared. The other little white boy is noble, and he just he just wanted to steal all the time. And just you know, he just want to steal all the time, and it just acting. And they call that nigga Snail, which means he's slow. You just gotta see it just to see the bullshit that's going on there. They call that nigga Snail cause he's slow. And he broke dance the whole movie, and then they kill his ass in the movie. That's some fucked up shit. You figure at least the damn Tom at least live. You know what I'm saying? He done broke dance the whole movie, act like a little old clown and stuff. They call it Snail. And then they kill his ass. White man split him up the middle. This is something else. Get the movie Dungeons and Dragons. It's a mystical movie, and all the white people in it noble. You see, even the they got a black girl up in there, and they even played her a certain way. I forgot what it was. She was an elf. Yeah, she was an elf, and but it was something else about her that wasn't sitting right. She got the short end of the stick. I forgot what it is and stuff, but I said,
Was she fat?
no, she wasn't fat. No, she was fine. She was fine as hell now. She was. I gotta give it to her. But I can't think of what it was. Now that would have been really nice. But get the movie. But this Marlon Wayans takes the show in this thing. It's just ridiculous. And they call that nigga a snail, which means he's slow. Man, it's sad.
Do you think the black people that play in these shows are aware that they've been made a fool of? Or
They getting paid. They getting paid.
Man, you know what?
They getting paid.
We'll do anything for money.
They getting paid.
See, let me tell you about the white man. He print money. He'll say, look here, we're going to show you. We're going to give this nigga $10 million just for mockery. You be like, that's a whole lot of money. I do it too. But you don't understand, man. These movies, they make billions of dollars in the first hour on these movies. It's millions. You know, and that's not including the foreign sales. But they say we'll pay $10 million. So when the people in China see that shit, they go, they got that old black man again. He just slow as look at it. All the white people up in there acting all mystical and no, here's this little nigga here. He just slow as hell.
That's right.
So they'll do that just for doggone the mind control to keep the doggone white supremacy going on.
That's it.
And black inferiority high. So that what it was is they said we need another damn movie for Europe to show that these niggas ain't got out their state since Boys in the Hood or Ministry to Society. We give them Baby Boy riding on a bicycle. You see what I'm saying? So they do these things, but get the damn movie Bedazzled. The movie Bedazzled. Bedazzled with Brandon Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley, a white woman playing the devil. But she's playing the devil up in here as the biblical devil of evil. Up in here. And she's screwing over this white boy in the movie. He can't get the thing right, and he ends up in jail in the movie. And when he ends up in jail in the movie, there's a black man in the jail cell. He said, I know who that is. That's the devil he's fucking around with. So yeah, he tell him how to get up out of it and stuff. And then he still, because the guy in jail, he missed the point that the guy in jail that recognized he was the devil. He still didn't get it, and he missed the whole point. And they made sure that everybody in the movie missed the point that the black man in jail was God. Until the end of the movie, the black man is sitting at a chess table playing chess with the devil. And the devil steals his damn chess thing while he ain't looking. Yeah. You gotta see it. They got a scene up in there where he's playing this basketball player. He's trying to he got to go through these different fantasies to get this girl. These different things the devil granted these with. He's playing this basketball player. He got a high top fade, but it's blonde. And he's milk white. And he's standing there giving him an interview, and they're giving him the interview, after the game and stuff, and he just drenching with sweat, and they just show the sweat just pouring down his face like that, just pouring down his face. And the only thing he can say is a team effort in the execution, and a team effort in the execution, and we did the team effort in the execution, just like that old damn fool, Shaquille O'Neal. That old ignorant ass, they must have told him, hey man, you gotta say a little more on this NBA champ. This is the NBA championship. So you can't be saying the A game and the B game. I have an A game going today because I had my B game going yesterday. We can't be doing with the B game. They were like, we gotta coach your ass. So this year he kind of kicked out a little better. You know what I'm saying and all, kind of kicked out a little better and stuff like that, But you know this nigga here is just about an inch over mental retardation. What you say now? You wouldn't want no damn Shaquille O'Neal over you if you had testicular cancer and they was trying to cut off your scrotums. You would want somebody better to do the job. But they show that for a reason. The NBA, no brains allowed. That's what the coaches say.
Commercial. He got 713.
Yeah.
He has a commercial with a black ballet leotard type.
Yeah.
So.
And you remember he had that old movie, He the Genie and the little white boy telling him what to do? Yeah. See, man, and then they got your old fool Kobe Bryant. You know, he done got a little white girl. Then they got the guy. I said, okay, look, okay, you got your little white girl, and they gave all you little millions and stuff. We know you an idiot. But then Nike said, you know, we paying these millions. We're going to make a marker out of this motherfucker. We're going to make a commercial where he have to philosophize. You know what I'm saying? And the creativity, and everybody got a creativity, and a creativity. And I'm trying to look at this goddamn nigga ass nigga here, man. He don't know that they making mockery out of his ass. I had to shut my eyes down. You think, you know, you that Kobe look like a goddamn idiot, man. You know how I do when you have to close your eyes and you shame a motherfucking nigga. I know what white people thinking. You be like, who gives a damn what white people think? I'm like, shit. This motherfucking embarrassing me. Or creativity, and everybody he just trying to do some shit. I'm like, come on, man, get the hell up out of here, nigga. You got, come on now. Stick to what the hell you know. You know what I'm saying? Fucking them white girls and dunking some basketball. It's just crazy, you know. But that's what it is. That's what they do. You see. So they gonna do. I said Nike is being slick on this shit here. They gonna say, no, we want you to do some philosophy. Now he had a little cool one, you know, but he was speaking Italian because his father played Italian ball, so he learned how to speak a little Italian. He was doing a little shit like, well, big deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. But that was all right, you know. And then, you know, but then all of a sudden, he gonna try to philosophize and stuff. Like he got to have Confucius say his some of the stuff, you know. Man, it's a mad, mad world. All right. But get that movie Bedazzled and watch the stuff that's going on up in there. Did you see the movie Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Yeah, movie Tomb Raider. Now, there's some stuff that's going on up in there. It's still in the movies?
Yes.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on up in there because they're trying to. Number one, they came out and said, you know, she was battling the Illuminati. And they actually came out and said that they were the Illuminati in the movie. In the movie. You see, but one part was they're trying to get this device that's used for time travel, and it's like two devices hidden in two parts of the world. And so in order for her to get it and all, she has the coordinates and all coordinates to go get it and stuff. And she has to hook up with the Illuminati because they got the money to go on an expedition and all this kind of stuff because they got one piece of something that she needs. I think it goes like that. But anyway, when they get to the temple to get the actual piece, there's this long obelisk, and it has to swing and it has to hit dead in the center of this circle with this little dot in the middle. And so, in order to do that, nobody in the place knew what to do or could do it. She jumps on top of the long obelisk like the dick, and rides the dick, and it hits the dog, and it hits this little circle, and hits the dead center, and this whole thing opens up. So they were also even trying to talk about
rides the dick.
and you know, and so it's in the movie. It's in the movie, but they're still talking about that whole tantric thing. The whole tantric thing and all. What's that?
I have a question. Did you ever see End of Days? End of Days.
Yeah.
Now it's like taking place in New York City.
Yeah.
The only black person I saw was like the head agent of the devil. She's like the black one with the short hair, and they in New York, and that's the only black person I saw in the whole film.
Well, see, now what they're doing there is they're talking about the other aspect of the devil. That's like they talk about the white man's devil is black people in the aspect that we are their ultimate execution. It's in this book, Gerald Massey's Lectures. I think I read it the last time where he said that basically in this book, Gerald Massey's Lectures, which was proven in actuality that when they talk about Satan, they was talking about the black people in the aspect of it's their devil. One man's God is another man's devil. And so when they showed the black woman and stuff, the same thing they talk about in that book, Mary Lucifer. That's positive in the aspect that they're talking about the devil of darkness. In there, so many words they're talking about melanin. The part in this particular book I read, let's see if I can. I think I read it the last time I was here. Let's see about the devil of darkness on page 141. This is Gerald Massey's Lectures in here, and in here they're talking about evolution of darkness, and they go in. I don't know, it's the third page of one of these, and they said that Was the darkness first within the mind? Was the darkness was first in the mind? It goes on to say that the black man without was Negroid within. As a reflection remains the mirror of mythology. The darkness is in the natural phenomenon, is the original devil put in light by the swallowing it increasingly as a subtle enemy, an obstructor and dueler of the general adversary of man. So in so many words, when he says that the black man was Negroid within as well as out, he's talking about melanin, the blackness within. And he said that later on, the misconception of that melanin, when you get Anubis was the black dog, or you get even type and set sometimes is black, that was talking about melanin. The shadow of God, the shadow is the inside and all, the shadow self, and it was talking about melanin. Later on, that stuff was degraded into meaning the devil. You see what I'm saying also too. So when they say that in that movie, they're talking about that, you know, because in actuality they're talking about the true devil in the doppelganger, which is talking about something totally different. That's positive in the aspect that they talk about melanin. They're talking about alchemy. They're talking about alchemy. But in the particular movie, Tomb Raider, they're still talking about that tantric thing and all where she had to get on the dick to get the prize. Here this thing goes back down to this whole tantric thing again, you know, and this symbol stuff. People, you know, was all mad at me and stuff, but I was talking the tantric thing. But all of your icons in your church is the actual, in the church is actually the symbols of the vagina and stuff like that, the phallic symbol. Whereas you have this vesica. You know, the vesica, they have it on most churches. A lot of Catholic churches have this thing here. It looks like an eye this way. You see what I'm saying? This particular vesica, which is nothing but the vagina. And then if you take this and you do it, they do it this way, you get this particular part here. They showed this Christmas that the sun formed a partial eclipse. They had a total eclipse back on the summer solstice on June 21st. But the sun formed a partial eclipse, which also during Christmas Day. I talked about this in the conference. Christmas Day, they had a partial eclipse. And it's formed a perfect vesica. And this represents the marriage of the sun and the moon. And so the crackers made shut down Bethlehem on that day. You see, now these crackers at Bethlehem can't serve but one purpose, Christmas. You know what I'm saying? That's the day that anything, you know. But they shut it down on 2000, because at the end of the millennium, because they know 2001 was coming up. So they shut it down, and it represented the sun and the moon, the sacred marriage that gives birth to the Christ. It gives birth to the Christ. You see, coming out of that, so they had to shut down Bethlehem, which means house of the black God. They said, well, there were some Arabs throwing rocks around the gates. Now here it is, Israel got the greatest military on the planet. But the Arabs is throwing rocks. And so we didn't want no tourists to get hurt. But yet they had almost 200,000-300,000 went through there on the fake millennium the year before.
They usually shoot the ones that throw rocks anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, some people throwing some rocks. You know that they can lock down the damn Arabs to the point whereas they can't come out the house if they don't want them to. If they wanted them crackers to come over to Bethlehem. But even the Bethlehem, they ain't even scared of that because it means the black house of the black God. And even though the Holy Land is where you stand, that Bethlehem, Beth meaning house and Ham meaning black, house of the black God is talking about the black moon. And when this had a partial eclipse, it formed the perfect vesica, meeting place of the sun and the moon, Isis and Osiris, to give birth to Horus. You see? And so they had to shut down Bethlehem on Christmas Day.
Do you think they gave birth to the whole day?
Yeah, it did. It gave birth to the whole energy that's going about now. It's a whole new birthing period and stuff, and there's a lot of things that's happening. But it's also giving birth to the millennium. And this particular thing is giving birth to our souls. So in actuality, our souls is giving. That's why they got these festivals going on. This whole summer and shit, trying to cool some shit down. You see what I'm saying? Kind of cool some stuff down, and that's why. And also too, that's why they're telling you that woman art thou loose. You see what I'm saying? You see, they don't want you to get horny the wrong way. Because they know that might produce something. You see. You know, the wrong way and all, might produce something. And this shit is so powerful, we don't even need a man just I don't know. Start masturbating, get a toothbrush or whatever the deal is, whatever. You fuck around and mess up some shit. You'd be 90 and catch off one of them, and everything could be returned back on you. They got mugs up in Tibet be having babies at 70. So that's amazing and stuff when they say the whole menstrual thing and all that stuff is supposed to, whatever. They be having babies at 70. And they got had some stuff on TV about this about the other day about some people in other countries and stuff that's doing all these women and these things living and all having this all types of things they're doing. You see, at a certain age and stuff like that, So it's a lot of things that's going on based on giving the whole birth thing. I want to get into one thing, a factor that needs to be cleared up. That they had this thing on the history of Islam that they had on. It's called Islam, the Empire of Faith. Now, the actual documentary is great because of the simple fact that they showed that the European became educated, supposedly, by the Muslim, but we know that was the Moor.
That's right. They ain't gonna touch it.
So they didn't say that, but they literally talked about all this education and all this shit that trained the damn European. But the key here is the mystery of this particular documentary. All of that was Moors, was black, because the white Arab couldn't do it. He was a savage. He couldn't do it. He was wiping his hand with his left hand, wiping his ass. How you gonna teach somebody some laws of the universe and he wiping his dookie out of his ass with his left hand? The Bronner brothers. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna do some shit? It wasn't no white Arab, that was 85% black. But so that whole thing when they show that up in Europe in this empire of faith, and they show him up in Europe, and they'll show all these Maltas and the Sultans and all that. That wasn't nothing but the Moors. And they just made it all doggone white Arab. But this is how they do. But see, this is how, but they have to recorrect some stuff because you got to understand history. They said that Muhammad came in and the whole thing was birthed based on Islam. And then they said, then what they did is they took the teachings from the Hellenistic world, which is supposed to be Rome and Greece. And from those teachings, they synthesized them in Baghdad and took them to the West and taught the West education. But first of all, they screwed up. Number one, the Arabs did not conquer Rome and Greece. You see? So what, the Greeks just gave them their shit? The Romans just gave them their shit? You know what I'm saying? At that time, Rome was still strong enough to hold on because Rome was killing people for years. So they didn't conquer Rome and Greece. They conquered Egypt, Kemetic. You see? And they took the teachers from Kemetic and took them up into doggone Europe. So that's the key. They conquered Kemetic, but they don't say nothing about Kemetic. They don't even mention the occupation or the conquest of Egypt at all in the documentary. Because then you can say, wait a minute, hold on, let's deal with some history here. They said that they got these teachers from the Hellenistic world. Wait a minute, hold on. You didn't conquer Rome and you didn't conquer Greece. Ain't nobody gonna just give you some shit. Hey man, here, take some of these papers up into Europe. Like somebody working for the weekly daily news or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't go that way. So they conquered Kemet. And the Egyptians understood that this thing was happening. The Egyptians translated from Metanetta into later languages or the languages of the existing period that wasn't dead. Like Islam, Greek, Coptic, Aramaic, Amharic, and another one, and Hebrew. And they copied all that type of stuff, and that stuff was dispensed across the world by the Moors. That's why you got the Hebrew people that was turned on the Hebrew by the Moors. So they conquered Egypt, and the Egyptian priests had already spent 100 years translating this stuff And they had a group of people, they had a conference called the Alexandria Conference, where these white people got together, and they told all this stuff on what all this stuff was taken out of the Library of Alexandria in the late 80s and in the early 90s, and they got a series of books called Alexandria. And in book 3, they said that a lot of this stuff was translated from Meta into Coptic, and all of this at the Temple of Isis, and all these other temples also too. But they said the Temple of Isis, but I know Temple of Como, Temple of Esna, Temple of Dendera, Temple of Aset, and Temple of Edfu. And they translated all this stuff from Metanetta, from Heradic, Demotic, and Metanetta into Greek, Amharic, Hebrew, Arabic, Aramaic, and Coptic. You see, and they copied all the stuff into the existing language because they knew that was going to be dead. But it was waiting for the doggone Arabs when they got there. And when they got there, the same damn priest that copied it used Islam as a political banner to go up into Europe. Some people say, there was Islam or there wasn't Islam in the aspect. They understood that your faith could be just like a political system, like the Democrat or Republican Party. Or the goddamn National Rifle Association. It's got different races up in there. Different people, different belief systems. So they could use a doggone religion as a political system because they understood this religion was a military force too. So they can go in there and kick a little ass and set up the way they want to. They didn't believe in the doggone, just Allah, and if you don't bow down to Allah, everything is evil or some shit like that. That's what a savage Arab. But they could use it as a military force and stuff based on a political instrument to take this shit up into Europe and beat the damn cracker savage ass down because they knew he was like the damn savage white Arab to the point where they could teach you some shit. You see? And they used all that. These same Egyptian priests went up into Europe as the Moors because there's no such thing as a descriptive Egyptian. It's the word Cam. This means